Hi everyone. Hi everyone. How are you doing today? Happy Sunday. I'm in a better mood, okay? I know I started this setup for the live stream earlier about 2 hours ago, but my spirit was bothered by some things. I am getting a break. Um how you say it? I be trying to think about how to say things, but by the grace of God, through my uncle, um, we had been in discussions about um, Andre. Sorry, I keep saying my baby name. About my son being being a part, or sorry, about him being in his life to model what a man is supposed to be. Um, so we're finally getting that done. I was just thinking about photos too. Give me 1 second. I forgot to change my cover page. So I'm kind of excited about that. The only thing is, it's a long drive, and I don't do well with freeways. Matter of fact, on the way there, I almost got into an accident, but I was able to maneuver and get through it on the way back home. It wasn't that bad for the most part. I just made sure to stay behind a truck. I used to be scared of trucks. That's so funny. I used to be scared of what do they call it? 18 wheelers. Um, but now, excuse me. But now I'm actually okay with being behind them. Next to them, no, because 18 wheelers, I know this is off topic, but these are things that's on my mind, so you just have to deal with it. But 18 wheelers, they kind of shift back and forth within lanes, and I found myself doing that too on the way back home. But they shift in between lanes, like if somebody is driving next to them, beside them, they'll move slightly over to the left or slightly over to the right, which kind of slightly passes their what do they call it? I forgot what you call that thing. Their trailer slides over into the next lane sometimes. So sometimes when a truck passes me by, they come by fast, like that, and so I kind of get um, uncomfortable and sweaty and stuff. But hold on. But I usually I gotten over it, and I make sure I stay behind the truck drivers, and they drive at a certain pace and stuff. So I felt comfortable with being behind them, and they was driving. It must be other cars was driving crazy. They over here driving at, like, I'm okay with driving at 65 on the freeway, right? It's the it's the when I start going 70, 75, I feel my car start to shift, and like I'm flying. It's like it's picking up off the ground. It just don't feel right. My car doesn't have handle, like power handle. Um it starts feeling light as a bird. So I'm good off of that, right? So I'm like 65. I feel like my feet is on the ground, right? And I am moving at a good speed. And the speed limit is 65, but I know you guys said that the left lane is the illegal lane. that's the criminal lane. That's what I call it. That's the criminal's lane, right? And so I stay far from those lanes, right? I stay far from those lanes. Excuse me. Um, and I stay like to the right or right the middle, because sometimes on our freeways out here, the lanes to the right, if there's a extended freeway coming up, you will have to get over like 3 times anyways. And so 3 times is the middle lane. And so I tend to stay in that lane. Give me one second. I'm almost done. But my drive there was fine, besides that little hiccup. And my drive home was fine. I might have to go back, and I don't want to. Um, but I will. Um, I will, because I'm considerate. Okay, give me a second because it won't pop up. Okay. I will, since I'm considerate of other people in their situation. Um, I don't want to come off as self-centered. I will say that my car is really being put to the test. And hopefully I don't come back with any issues, right? Um, I low key feel like it's being done intentional, right? And that's just me. I feel like it's being done intentional. And I may be wrong. I learned this in therapy. This is just how I'm feeling. This is not reality. Um, the person may feel like, let me do this so then it won't be asked again. You get me? Like, some people, they make you go through these situations just so that you don't bother them again with things. So that's how I'm feeling about it. And so, yeah, it is what it is. Um, so I'm bringing you guys a happy Sunday. I hope you guys are having a happy Sunday. I don't know if I did my introduction. If I didn't, it's your girl T.U.O, and I'm bringing you another happy day. Happy Sunday, everyone. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Um, I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning and starting your afternoon on a good foot. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed. And I did wake up on the right side of the bed, but then think and everything. And so I kind of was like, um upset. Woo! Sorry. This little fruit fly is just flying around my house. But anyways, um, so I wanted to come to you guys about a couple of things. Um, One being, at the top of my head, and I'm so upset at myself that I don't be writing this stuff down. But at the top of my head, what's been on my mind lately is Dante Wilder, right? I think that's his name, Dante Wilder, right? I like me some Dante Wilder. Okay, I think he's very attractive. He's my type, right? Tall, black as hell, nostril flared, chocolate, like, he's my type, right? I even like his voice, and I don't know him personally, so I can't say the other things if he qualifies, right? If we would last. But as far as initial attraction, excuse me, it's so hard to talk with these things. But he's definitely my type, right? Okay, let me stop. Because my mind is going somewhere else. But as far as initial attraction, he is definitely my type. Um, he came up on my timeline on Instagram, and he was saying he had an interview with someone. I'm not sure who it was, but he was saying that his ex stole from him, and that he had uh her child in his will. It wasn't his child, it was her child with someone else in his will, and that she was trying to get him to do something, and it was like she was trying to get him to do something. I don't know if I can find it, because I haven't really been on Instagram like that for the last couple of days, so maybe I'll be able to find it. um but there was some type of dispute as to, oh, and you know what, somebody had answered my question so I can find it easily. I'm getting tired of these people. Since it's at the forefront of my mind, let me just derail a little bit. Okay, I don't be on Instagram. Well, I'm lying. Okay, I be on Instagram, right? And I be making comments and stuff. Most of the time, my comments gets like, I'm looking at one that's 5,900 likes and stuff. Doesn't mean that I'm in the popularity crew, right? But then there's other people. What people try to do, one thing too, what people try to do with your comment under a post is they'll try to outweigh the comments. They'll try to flood the comment or response to your comment versus the likes, right? They don't be having no legitimate argument towards your comment, but they want to flood your comment with illegitimate arguments, right? So that it could outweigh the likes, as if what you are saying is not true and that you have more disagreements. Like, that's how some people take, you know, your assertion. Um I'm so glad this person said this. Let me hold on, because I ain't got no pants on. Hold on, I want y'all to see. Hold on. Let me start writing this stuff down, because I will start being all over the place. Okay. Ugh. All right. So this person made an assertion towards me. Okay, I'll come back to it, because that was the thing. Um. Okay, sorry guys. Um, I like when they have conversations with each other under my comments. No, I don't. Like, how about you go ahead and at them under the post for your own comment section. Like, why you gotta flood my comment with bull going back and forth? Y'all having this discussion amongst yourselves. Okay. I was like I said, I be having these conversations, and when you guys make comments back to me, when you guys respond, I'm going to need you guys to start giving me clarity, because I've had conversations with multiple people each day, right? And each day it's a different discussion. So when you say that, it, um I don't know what you're talking about. I can go to the post, and in the app, the Instagram app, I can't, me personally, I can't look at past comments, right? Unless I scroll in my notifications. I could look at your past comment and look at my response, right? But I don't know when you say it and that, I don't know what you're referring to, which makes me have to go do research about what you were talking about. And I'm really not going to do that, right? I'm not going to do that. You need to assert yourself properly. You need to give effective communication. Stop using the words it and that unless you've already mentioned it in the conversation, in the text itself, right? So this will give you some idea of writing skills, right? When you write something, and in this situation, right, we give little text messages to each other. That's why they're not called letters or um, electrical mail. Um, it's called a text message because it's a brief statement, right? But in that brief statement, you need to assert what you're talking about, and then you can use it, them, that. But if you don't use that, I don't know what you're talking about, and I refuse to even do the work to go look it up, because I got other things to attend to and other people to talk to besides you. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, I'm looking for a Dante Wilder. Sorry, I derailed, guys. It just came back to me what I was thinking about. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm supposed to know what you're talking about. No. Because I haven't even checked my notifications in 2 days, too. That's another thing I don't do. I don't be checking my notifications for days, because I ain't got time to be arguing with nobody. And people be having time. They be having time on their hands. And I just be like, boo, you ain't got nothing to do, huh? I be out in the world. I be in my own world, in my own life, minding my business. Her name was familiar too. Like, they put her name as something. And then, okay, there we go. And I'm gonna just save it. I mean, my ex, yeah, stole over $400,000 from me. 400? I took my ex, yeah, stole over $400,000 from me. 400? I took the role of being your son father, not just a daddy, but a father. Right. To the point where I put them on my will. I'm father, not just a daddy, but a father. Okay, I'm so used to Facebook that you can just pause it, or YouTube. Um, so he said that he put his ex and her child on his will, and that he was being a father to that child. Okay.
Right. I went in so hard, bro, to the point where I put them on my will. I had a meeting with my kids. I said, how y'all feel about scoot y'all over? Scoot over a little slide and let somebody else get a little bit of it.
So he has other kids, and he talked to them about I'm gonna try. He talked to them. I don't know how old his kids is, because a 7-year-old don't know what the hell he talking about, and I don't know how long ago. I kind of got an idea of how long ago it was. Hold on, give me a second to do some research, okay? I'm like, his name should pop up. Ooh, that man is so fine. Oh Jesus, give me strength. Hold on, let me look at one more thing too. I look at him. Oh, sorry. Oh no! Yes. This is my soulmate, you guys. Okay, this is my soulmate. But anyways, well, he can't be my soulmate if he's gonna be slow. But anyways, let's look at his children. Okay. Okay, she's 20 years old. How old is he? He had her. Okay, he had her 20. Okay, she's 20 years old. This had to have happened about 5, so she was 15, right? I'm gonna say that. I don't remember how old, how long ago this was. This other child, I wish they would put. What does that mean? Gosh, they done looked up this lady name. Now when you look up his kids, her name come up, the ex name come up. Oh wait. Oh wait. Wait. He had a baby with her. Wait. I am so confused. I'm so confused. I'm gonna have to go back and look at Wags, right? I'm gonna have to go back and look at Wags. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at Wags. Cause I saw it and I saw him on the show, right? But this don't look like her. I hope it's not any music or nothing. This don't look like her. I thought the woman he was with was like some Asian woman. But anyways, because it's going longer than what it needs to. Go ahead. So his child that he was talking to at the time was 15, because it says he only got 2 kids. He only got 2 kids. The one he has with Tally and this other young lady. I will not say her name. And so yeah.
And my kids are amazing. They're my best friends, and they was down with it. So I moved a little space over and added her son in on my motherfucking win. You ain't even my son.
So he added her son to it, right? I'm trying to see. If yeah, this do not look like the lady that was on that show. I gotta go back and watch it. Okay, well, let me see. Is he married? Because I was like, okay, hold on. Yeah. So she's Philippine. She's Philippines. How you say it? Filipino. Which is Asian. area, right? I don't want to see. Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I want to see. Yeah. Wax. Cause he was giving her jewelry. Yeah. Okay. Cause I just want to make sure that I'm talking about the right person that I'm thinking of, who she is, right? I don't want to. Let me make sure I'm still here. I don't want to talk about somebody I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Cause I was like, she looked Asian. Yeah, that's her. Cause I was used to her big old curly hair that Joel Santana wife has. That's what she reminded me of. I'm like, she got that Joel Santana wife thing going on. I can't think of her name. I can only hear Chrissy say her name. I can't think of it. And that lady who husband don't want her no more. I can't think of her name. Anyways, making my video go longer.
For real. Right. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah, that has to take a toll. I put her in my wheel as well too. Yeah. You was just
He put her in his wheel before they even got married. Cause she was trying to get him to marry her. She was like, "Is this the big one?" I remember I was watching Wax. Is this the time he's gonna get my ring? And he was like, "Nah, I'm just getting you a necklace or something like that." He never gave her the ring.
My girlfriend, you ain't even my wife. I hope that still ain't dead now. Yeah, man. I hope that still ain't. One time the son said, "You ain't my daddy." Now that's one thing you don't say.
Now I don't know how old the son is. Let me see, because I also want to leave that. Um, we don't care. And see, now he done got this lady all in the news again about her being a thief. Okay, I'm trying to see. Who did they say? They said her past relationship with Offset and their daughter Culture. I'm like, ain't that what's that lady name? See, I don't even know these people like that. Ain't that Cardi B? Cardi B? I was listening to the song in my head. Cardi. Anyways, ain't that Cardi B's daughter? That's weird. Is known for being Rich the kid's girlfriend. They have they have children together. And I'm so confused. Like what? Oh shoot. Anyways.
To a man that ain't your daddy. Don't remind him that you ain't his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Don't remind me that.
Imagine, which is why people really don't tell what they do with their stuff to people. Because for one, you risk your life being in danger, and two, the people will pretend to be your friend when they're not. I'm trying to find his kids or these kids. Um, Child, this thing giving out misinformation. Hold on. They really gave me Cardi B's daughter. Okay, thank you. So he's 18 years old now. Again, he's the same age, approximately the same age as Dante's daughter. So no, he's 2 years younger. So he was 13, right? He had to be 13. Damn, do I not know how to count? Yeah, okay. So she was 15, he was 13. So help me, Jesus. Okay. Okay, so they got a daughter. Dante and Telly has a daughter from 2018. So this had to be 2015. So 10 years ago. Okay. So then his daughter had to be 10 and her son had to be 8, right? And yes, around that age, they are quick to say that to the stepdaddies, you ain't my daddy. My child has done that with several people I was dating that tried to be in his life, and it just didn't work out. Okay. And it's cool. It's just not meant to be. And it is what it is.
I know that, but you ain't got to say it. I done fed you, took you on all these trips, giving you a beautiful life. Yeah. I ain't your daddy. I put you on my wheel. Bro, when he did that, bro, I ran to my lawyer and was trying to get that, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, guys.
I know that, but you ain't got to say it. I done fed you, took you on all these trips, giving you a beautiful life. Yeah. I ain't your daddy. I put you on my wheel. Bro, when he did that, bro, I ran to my lawyer and to try to get that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I felt like I was finna have a heart attack. Right. Seriously. That's you know what I mean? So I've been through a lot, bro. It sounds like a lot to just be my ex.
So hopefully y'all were able to hear that. But yeah, I want you to look at this person. I ain't gonna call him the F word, right? Because we all fall short, right? But I want you to look at this person. Do you see? Hopefully, let me see. Let me see if y'all can know. We don't want it side by side. We don't want it side by side. We want you to get a full picture of it. Do you see how happy he is looking at her? He looked like he lost in the sauce with her, right? He engulfed in this lady. Engulfed, right? Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Don't look. But anyways, he is lost in the sauce with this lady. So I can believe. Okay, thank God that went away. I can believe that he definitely put her on his wheel, put her in his wheel, in his child too. Cause I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see. I kind of do want y'all to see this scene because I think this was the scene where she thought she was gonna get that ring. She thought she was gonna get that ring, and he was like, "No." Let me see. I don't need to say, but
speak up a little bit. Deontay is completely blessed and the whole package. Like, what else could you want in a woman? Don't you agree?
I'm with you.
Okay, babe. Say a little bit louder and prouder. Speak up a little bit. Okay.
I got something for you, baby. They're gonna make you feel real good, like I always do.
What, babe?
Diamonds, baby.
But is it gonna be the diamond?
Y'all women.
Is it gonna be the diamond? No. And then turns out this whole time, she was stealing from this nigga. She was robbing and begging the whole time. My poor man. I ain't gonna call him my baby. This poor man was being robbed by the closest thing to him. And that's sad that he was left out there vulnerable. And it's sad because sometimes people's discernment is very weak. Sometimes people discernment is very weak. Their observation is very weak. And it's just like, sometimes there are people out there hating on you, but sometimes people see things that you just don't see. And I wish you guys would at least hear things out, right? Hear things out. But I knew that crap wasn't going to work when I watched the show Wax. I didn't even know Dante was engaged, right? And I don't even know how long ago they broke up or whatever, because the baby is 7. I didn't even know he had a child with her. And so once I found out that he was engaged, because I respect myself, I stepped back, and it wasn't like he just stopped being unattractive. It's just I respect that he had someone else. But it's several things too. Dante Wilder looks the way he looks, right? This woman clearly did not like you, let alone love you, if she stole that's almost $500,000. $400,000. She doesn't like you. You know, she was stacking it up and then where was your antennas when she was stealing it? Like, how? Like, getting a Gucci bag or Prada bag or what they call that bag that's so expensive that all the girls want it, and they got a small one and they got a big one. I don't know what that bag is called because I ain't in that tax bracket, but and I found out the bag been out for a long time too. Like, people been buying them bags, but to get a bag like that, I can understand. That's not stealing. That's caring for yourself. But to actually take money out of your account and put it into her account, that's stealing, right? Where was your antennas when that was happening? So I don't blame anybody else for this besides Dante, Mr. Wilder. You need to get somebody that actually like you, for you, right? Someone that doesn't really necessarily need to steal from you, right? That's also trying to double your money, make you a profit, right? Because if you win, then you both win, right? You need to find someone like that. You need to find someone who respects your craft, who respects you as a man, who encourage you to build your family, to bring your family together. You need things like that, right? But your guard was so down that you allowed someone to steal from you. You look goofy. And in the show, it told me that he was the slowest man in the circle. Like, they had this scene where all the men were together in the circle, like having drinks and stuff. And I just felt sorry for Dante because he was the slowest person in that circle. He was the slowest person in that circle. He couldn't really offer anything to the conversation. And I knew it wasn't gonna work because I can tell that she didn't like him, and I can tell that he wasn't sure about marrying her. The stupidity in this conversation that he had with this man was the fact that you decided to put her in the will before you decided to marry her. It's like you decided to put this lady in place of your most valuable possessions before placing a ring on her to hold her accountable for whatever she gets. And again, by doing that, what kind of drug did she put you on? Okay, because I need that. Girl, send that to me. Okay, Tally, send that drug that you put in his drink to me. Um, for you to do that, it shows that you're incompetent, irresponsible, impulsive. Um, your priorities are not aligned, right? Hopefully that you've gotten better. Like it takes time to get better. Um, but I'll say you decided to put her in your will and have a baby before actually getting married. You did everything wrong. Let Dante Wilder be an example for all of us, especially men. 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 I don't even care if you're not successful, right? Men. Now, moving on. Now, I already addressed the whole conversation thing on Instagram. Now, they have this thing of telling women that's why you gonna die alone. And I'm just like, is that a bad thing? Don't we all die alone? You know? Matter of fact, before I even was thought of, I was alone. And then while I came into existence, I was alone. And when I go through my trials and tribulations, I'm usually alone. And for most people, they are alone. And I'm just like, what is so wrong with being alone? What is what is wrong with you guys in the word alone? Like, is that a negative thing? You guys are trying to make it a negative thing. You guys are trying to make it a negative slight towards especially women. Especially women. Like, is that supposed to hurt me that you're saying that I'm going to die alone? Let's look it up. What are the root causes of married women dying? So, root causes for married women's death includes leading health. Let me hold on, because that nigga gave me culture. Okay, so leading health is heart diseases, cancer, stroke, chronic lower respiration diseases. COPD. I remember I knew a lady who had COPD as well, and they thought it was not for her situation. It was like a commercial that said COPD was from when you smoke, and she stated she never smoked before. However, I think, and I may be wrong, her husband was a smoker and he would smoke around her. So I don't know if you can get COPD from secondhand smoke. Um, The significant root cause of death for married women is the death of their spouse. Okay. Um, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Relationship quality and strain. The health benefit of marriage are not usually and depends heavily on the quality of union. Marital strain. High quality marital interaction is more critical for women longevity than men's. High quality marital interaction is more critical for women's longevity than men. Chronic marital strain and low quality interaction are associated with increased risk of heart diseases and higher overall mortality. Domestic violence. Okay, yeah, we know about that. So the strain on your marriage, right? So I asked myself, right, why would I want to place my life in the hands of another human being, whether that be by a woman or a man, right? Why would I want to place my life in the hands of another human being who does not find value in me? Ugh, it is really heavy on me. I'm okay with being by myself. I am really okay with being by myself. I am okay. I don't need to be by myself. I mean, I don't need to be around other people. Sorry, my mind is on something else too. I don't need to be around other people to feel validated, to find comfort. I find comfort being by myself. I enjoy my own company if nobody else do, because most of the time, most people are calculated, right? Most people walk around being a facade. And so I am authentic. I say what I say and I mean what I say. And sometimes I am careful what I say and what I do, because I know that I can, if I choose to not care, if I choose not to care, then I'll hurt a lot of people's feelings. But I'm working on being considerate of others, right? But when someone tells me that you're masculine, that you're miserable, you're lonely, that you'll die alone and stuff like that, which was in the text earlier when I was decided to write it down. And I'm just like, is that a negative thing? Because I can die in a relationship as well. Well, let's be clear, we're all gonna die, right? But the fact that whether I'm gonna have a spouse next to me or versus not next to me is pointless. Like it's like, hey, it's like saying so many things. It's like asking me if I want to die with stress, and I don't. For men, they can't live without a partner. They feel inadequate if they don't have a partner. I don't think women feel uh, invalidated by not having a partner. I think they feel content, especially if they've already been married, especially if they've already been married, right? If you've already been married and it didn't work out and you've seen the strain in your relationship, you've already made a decision that this is not for me. And sometimes having to make a decision with someone else and then things not working out the way they were supposed to, it also highlights that, hey, if I was by myself, I wouldn't need to check in, or I could have just did it and dealt with the consequences on my own. Vice versa, right? If the man or whatever, whoever made the decision, right, they take on that risk alone. But men, from my perspective, men like to take a risk in all these things while they're in a relationship, which is why they're the highest in adultery, right? And let's just fact check, right? Okay. So it says General Society survey shows that approximately 20% of married men admit to having X outside their marriage compared to 13%, right? That's just admitting. It's no telling how many people are out there actually doing it without admitting to it, right? And that could be the women's side heavily. Okay, it says young adults between the ages of 18 and 29 says 11% for women versus 10% for men. And again, how statistics work, I hope you guys understand this. The only way to get these stats is to interview every single person in the world for it to come out to be okay. Let me say this. Let me say it differently. Whenever stats are taken, right, the only ones that's really like can be depended upon is like the FBI records, right? Because they have, well, I'm thinking ahead. They have a record of all the inmates, right? They can conclude that these many of inmates did this crime, sex, gender. I'll say that gender, race, and all these things, right? They have it in the system, so we can say for certain that these stats are accurate. Now, when it comes to relationships, there is not a system keeping track of how many times a husband cheated, how many times a woman cheated, or how many times a woman um we were just talking about Dante Wilder robbed from the spouse or something. It's nothing to say for certain. They would have to admit to it, right? They would have to be forthcoming. That's one. The other thing is these surveys are not going around the United States and or around the world getting a survey from each individual. The other thing is how many women have kept their alienated the child from the father. That they what they do is they take a number of people in a state, right? And it can be from different states. But for the most part, what I've seen was they'll survey over 1,000 people. That's what it is. And so when you guys are doing these arguments about the stats, and I be like, how many people will survey? Because okay, so it was taught to me, right? Because I took statistics. What was taught to me was, and I advise anybody else who wants to sit there and say the stats, right? What was said to me was, and the teacher gave me this example. I was in college. She said if I was a survey, if I did a survey for how many people, and I'm just making this up, it was basically the same thing. If I did a survey saying how many people buy lunch at school, right? And there is 1,000 students that attend the school, right? There's 1,000 students that attend the school. And I only surveyed 20 of the students that attend the school. Can I say for certain that, let's say, that out of the 20% of students, out of the 1,000 students, 20 students say that I'm sorry, I'm trying to do a lot of math in my head. That 20 students, out of the 20 students, they said, let's say 5 said they don't buy lunch, and then the 15 say they do buy lunch at school, right? Can you say for certain that all 1,000, a total of 1,000 buys lunch at school? Can you say that for certain? And I'm gonna give y'all some time so I can do this math. Is it true or is it not true? That's what I'm looking for. Can you say yes? 1,000%, 1,000 students, that's 100% of students buy lunch at school, or for the most part, right? Or no, most students don't buy lunch at school. So I'm just looking for yes or no, or true or false. Okay. So I was just doing some math. So if you only got 20 students to do the survey, that means 49 other groups, right? Because that's only one group. 49 other groups were not surveyed. Only one group was surveyed. So I know it's kind of, I'm probably not explaining it right. So basically, what my teacher said was it will be considered an outlier because you cannot determine a group of people based off a small number of people, right? And that's kind of what you guys been doing with the whole 70% of men are active fathers, and then active father is a subjective definition, right? Because what I consider to be an active father can be totally different than what you think an active father is. Right? And I'm just consistently present, emotionally engaging, involved in his child's daily lives. Daily, right? It doesn't mean you have to live in the home. Some people say that they live in the home. Some people say that just paying the child support is being an active father. Some people say that getting the child on a Christmas holiday is an active father. Why is this nigga? Okay. Some people don't even play with their kids. And I say people, right? They ain't never draw a bath. They ain't never made no dinner. They ain't never did a project together. I can say for certain that my child's father has done those things with his kids. One of them that I know of, right? But I've seen him actually do it. And so, yeah. I want to put in there. This is what I want to do. So just going back to what I was saying, dying alone, I don't mind dying alone because some of you guys are not even worth some of you guys are not even worth living with or dying with. Some of you guys are selfish. How many people are in the world? Making my way down. I was just looking at the non-resident fathers, right? Because I feel like if you're in the home, then that's not even, a discussion. But let's see. It says among absent or non-resident fathers, about 42% maintain at least monthly contact with their children, and 70% report paying child support regularly. They don't have to report it because it's in the system that they do it. You feel me? It's in the system. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at the census. Okay, I'm gonna look at the stats. All fathers of minor children. Sole fathers, absent father. Okay, it says never married, which is very high. Diverging dads. How do solo fathers and absent fathers compare to all fathers? Men age 15 plus who are biological fathers to children 0 to 17. So it looks like 33% that's never been married. And then lives with a parent, which I don't know if it's their parent or with the other parent that they had the baby with, but it's like 24. Okay. The survey sucks. Some of this may be examples by the diversity of ways that men. Okay, maybe I said it wrong. Oh, well, no, that is what it is, right? So overall, 42% maintain a relationship for all fathers, right? I'm gonna put what are the statistics for Black men, Black fathers. So, total Black families with fathers, approximately 5.4 million families are led by a Black parent. with around 44.6% of Black children living in two-parent households. In 2003, there were approximately 1.18 million Black families led by a single father, a significant increase from 472 in 1990. About 43% to 44% of Black fathers are live apart from at least one of their children, compared to 14 to 21% of white fathers. I would like to see the stats. I want to show you guys. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys so you don't think I'm lying. And I'm trying to create a narrative. Okay. So first, I want to show you guys this. So it says number of Black families with a single father in the United States from 1990 to 2003, right? With a single father. I don't necessarily know what that means. If it means like one dad, single as in singular, or if the person's status, marital status is single. I don't know, but I'm assuming. So it says the census defines family as a group of two people or more on whom is the household related by birth, marriage, or adoption. Black alone with or without children under 18. No spouse present. Okay, so it says 1,000. Okay, so now the next thing I want to show you is this. So I asked, what's the statistics for Black families? And it says total Black families with fathers, approximately 5.4 million families are led by a Black parent. A Black parent could be a Black mother, a Black father, right? With around 44.6% of Black children living within household, right? So So the other half is very large to me. 64%. Right? No, 65%. That's single. There are in 2003 there were approximately 1.8 million black families led by a single father, a significant increase. So I just showed you guys that. Non-residential. Oh, so wait, that was by millions. Numbers of families in thousands. So no, it's not like millions. Um, Non-residential status, about 43 to 44% of black fathers live apart from at least one of their children compared to the 14 to 21% of white families. Daily care, 70% of black fathers who live with their children help them bathe, dress, or use the bathroom daily, compared to 60% of the fathers and 45% of the fathers. Um, this is the one I want. This is the one I want. This is the one that I want. Give me 1 second. The bar is so low. It shit says even among those who do not live with their children, 67% of the children of the black fathers see their children at least once a month. Once a month? That's the bar? Okay, give me a second. Because that's the one I was looking for, where they were saying 70% of active father. The specific 70% figure appears in research to describe certain subgroups of fathers or specific outcomes related to father absent, not the general population of fathers. And all I had to do was type that. All I said was statistics that show 70% of fathers are active fathers. It says there's no general statistics. There's a subgroup, like I was telling you, that other 49 groups is missing. That's the reason why when y'all be sitting up here telling me 75% of men are active fathers, I'm like, what are you talking about? And the first thing I also say is how many people were surveyed to make it 70%? Because it looks good, it sounds good. So y'all sitting up here arguing. Let me see. Statistics related to the 70% figure involves black father. A 2013 CDC National Health Statistic Report found that black fathers, 70% who lived with their children were most likely to have most likely. Does most likely means yes for certain? Absolutely. Hey, look, I don't like to talk out the side of my ass because I just don't want to get it wrong. It's a possibility, is what I think it is. It doesn't mean absolutely. Okay? Anybody can say anything. You feel me? Oh, my hair. So it's a possibility that they bathe their children and dress them and change them and do their hair and make them food. It's a possibility. 2011, living in the home with the children. 2011, Pew Research report noted that among the fathers of children ages 5 to 18, 70% were living with all those children, meaning 3 to and 10 were living apart, at least one child. Okay, so I also want to show you this, right? I just want to make sure I got everything. While the 70% figure is specific, other statistics show high rates of general fathers involved and an increased trend towards more active parenting. That's great. I love it. I love it. I love that fathers want to be fathers, regardless of the situation. Now, I want to show you this. Only 18 to 29 think it's very important. Child. Damn. Okay. So I said, how many fathers were interviewed or surveyed? The statistics provided are derived from several high-profile national studies. The sample size and methodology for the primary sources are as follows. Primary sources: CDC, which we were just talking about, National Health Statistic Report, the widely cited figure regarding Black fathers daily involved bathing and dressing, comes from the comprehensive report titled Fathers Involved with Their Children. Total men surveyed, and this is spread across from 2006 to 2010. Total father include, out of those men, 3,928 fathers were specifically surveyed for involvement metrics. 2,200 fathers of children under the age of 5, 1,790 residents, 410 non-residents. 3,166 fathers of children ages 5 to 18, 2,091 residents, 1,000 methods, in-person voluntary interviews that included oversampling, in-person voluntary interviews that included oversampling for Black and Hispanic respondents to ensure statistical accuracy for those groups. Supporting sources. Statistics regarding attitude and living arrangement often refers Pew Research studies such as the Tale of Two Fathers report. Sample size: the national representative sample of 2006 adults, including fathers and non-fathers, conducted via landline and cellular telephone. 2,000. Like, I'm not even about to go through all this. The sample size is a period. The sample size is a period. So when you guys are quoting these things and telling me stat says this and stat says that, I don't really care. Because it's not true. based off the majority. I can't say it's true based off the majority. Based off, and I wish I can run and go get my booklet so I can say it. Based off the size, I can say that this is an outlier. I can say that this is so far off. Just to make sure I'm using it correctly, it's so far off. It just can't be true. Ugh. Okay, I'm using it correctly. So I just don't. I wish you guys would stop using it. Stop saying 75% of men are active fathers and just start being an active father. You don't have to talk about it if you're being about it. You guys say that women are masculine. We will show you masculinity. Okay. You want to be treated like pretty princesses? You will be treated like pretty princesses alone. You guys want to sit up there and say nobody wants you? Good, because then that means my lifespan will expand. My lifespan will expand. So I don't have to worry about dying from someone stressing me all the way out. Right? And if I want to get me some, the way y'all be giving it out, child, I can go to the corner and be like, "What's up with you? Come on in. Come on in. This is my house and I live here. There's a welcome mat at the door. And if you come on in, you're gonna get much more." Okay, that's what Diana was talking about when she said, "Come on in." Okay, it's my house and I live here. If I want to go ahead and get a little bit of some, that's cool. I'm gonna send you on your way with a couple of change on the counter. Get you a taxi. It's time to go. Okay, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. No, we good. The only time I'm entertaining anything is definitely not during the dating phase, right? Like, I'm going to be your friend, right? And then you will make a decision as to whether you want to become serious with me and still be friends and get my ring. That's it. I'm going from friend to a partner. But if it never gets there, I will be all right with being alone. I don't need a partner to survive. Okay? And like you guys said, I can just pay someone to do the service that you're not willing to do. Will it cost me a lot? Yes. But some of you guys don't even know how to do these things. So what is the point of having? And some of you guys say, "Oh, I just don't want to do it." That's make it worse that you choose to pay someone that shows that you're financially irresponsible. The whole point of being financially irresponsible is to make sure that you're doing everything you can to save money. All right, that's all I got. I can't remember what else it was. If I remember, I'll come back with Happy Sunday Part 2. All right. Y'all have a great Sunday. I hope you have a wonderful time with your families during these trying times. And hopefully next year we're not going through the same struggles. I'll try to come back to you guys with another one before the year is over. If not, you guys have a wonderful one. Bye.